Hi babies, welcome back to another episode where we are going to be talking about a BJ tips. Yeah ladies, I heard you. Y'all be in my DMs asking me for more content for the ladies. So I'm going to provide because this is obviously one of my most requested videos. Now I have done them in the past, obviously, but why not remake them? And this one is going to be in super speed because you guys like your content nice and fast. So in this video, we are going to be covering the most desired things that men want when you are giving head. So if you're wanting to amplify your technique, just give overall better brain and actually enjoy what you're doing, because when you see your person in pleasure, that is going to turn you on. If you want to amplify your head game, you know what to do. Watch all the way to the end. All right, babies, let's get started. So the first and the most important thing is going to be have some enthusiasm. Show up. Act like you want to be there. It's none of this like, you like that? No, it's not. It's not like that. It's more like, yeah, like you want to see the pleasure in your face, almost as if you are getting oral. You want to be giving them that sound, the moaning, talking. Do you like that? The look up, look at them in their eyes. And yeah, you're going to play it up a bit even if you aren't really a true sub. You're going to give them those goo-goo eyes where you're like, hi, but don't say hi. Don't say hi, because that's just weird. You could think of a million other things to say other than hi. Like, let's just go with something you like that, daddy, but like in your own voice, okay? Because when you're showing up with enthusiasm, you also want to stay true to yourself and be as authentic as you can be. So if you don't normally dirty talk, start dirty talking to yourself while you're doing self-pleasure. Or maybe when you're looking super fine, talk to yourself in the mirror and test saying little dirty words so that you are familiar and you're not weirded out when you say these things to your partner. But yes, moral of the story, have some enthusiasm, act like you want to be there. The next one is pretty straightforward. Just don't go straight for the kill. Penis owners in the most primal state, they want to be inside of you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna drag that out. And you're probably sitting there like, Miranda, what am I gonna do if it's not gonna be in my mouth? Well, honey, you're gonna be giving them the best hand job that you have ever gave. However, this one is gonna be a little bit different because you want your mouth to hit different when you decide to blow them. So using lots of lube. So the key here is making sure you wank them from the tip to the base. You don't want to go to the base from the tip, because when you hit them with the mouth, that first round, it's gonna hit a lot different. Now, don't make them wait too long because unfortunately penis owners are just not that great at waiting. The next one is an absolute game changer, and I almost guarantee you a lot of you aren't even doing it because, oh my god, lube, there's such a stigma around lube. Like, no, you're not dried up. If you own lube, honey, you know what pleasure is, because wetter equals better. Not only does it feel absolutely incredible, everything slips and slides and glides with no friction. If you're using a condom or a sex toy in this BJ game process, make sure you're using a water-based lube, because then you will not deteriorate the latex or the silicone toy. Remember, a penis is designed to be stimulated like the inside of a vagina. So it's wet, it's tight, it's textured and ribbed-like, just like your mouth. And let me tell you, I've never looked down at somebody's penis and been like, yeah, that looks too wet. No, that just doesn't happen. So throw that lube on, throw some of your spit on, and give them those eyes. Now that it's all lubed up and just dripping off the tip, we're going to now put it in your mouth, the moment that they have been waiting for. However, you're only gonna do the tip. And if you're scared about giving them teeth, just do a really easy fix until you get better, which is just tuck your lips over top of your teeth. I don't even want to do the face because you just kind of look ridiculous when there's nothing in your mouth. So you get it. Put your lips over top of your teeth. Wrap them. Now that you have stimulated the tip for a couple of those insertions, and now you're gonna take it the whole way down. And no, you don't need to deep throat. It's not for everybody, and some of us can't do it, and that's totally fine. But don't force it, because if you force it, then you're passing your boundaries and your comfort zone. And if you're uncomfortable, it's gonna show. The next step is don't go too fast, too soon. I think a common misconception is they think that they want it super, super fast. When nah, honey, this is all about seduction. When you go super, super fast, that puts a lot of pressure on your partner and potentially can make them think, oh my God, they just want this to end. They just want me to come right now. And like, no, we're trying to draw this pleasure out. So keep it steady, keep a good rhythm. Also, once you go fast, it's really hard to back out of that, especially if your partner is not good at edging. However, if you're the one that's giving and you are just ripping on it, that also does not feel good. Next one I want to talk about is exactly why we use lube and when we have lots of saliva going on. It's because you're not just using your mouth, sweetheart. You're gonna be using your hands. Yeah, that's right, I said it. You're gonna be using both hands. Some of you might only be using one, but a lot of us are gonna be like using two because you are gonna be using your hands as an extension of your mouth. So what you're gonna do is you are going to form an O shape with your index finger and with your thumb. Now you can either do it like this or you can do it like this. This all depends on your partner's penis length, essentially. So just play around until you find the perfect amount of space, because you need space so that you can use your mouth too, because you're about to suck them into this vortex. Doing this will also create this illusion and sensation of max depth and stimulate the whole shaft in this process. Now, I want you to know you don't need to always be keeping the hands on or using both hands. You can use one hand or you can use no hands. However, one of my favorite things to do is grip at the base and just a little bit tighter, obviously, when they're getting closer to climax. So all that blood is rushed there and they can really see how large they are. And then you can drop that line and say something about how can I say this on YouTube? I'm not gonna give you guys my line, but you know what to do. You just say something about the girth or the length and about how they look so big. And I promise you, they're gonna love that. Now comes the grand finale. Are you gonna spit? Or are you gonna swallow? Let me just say, nobody has the right to tell you to swallow. So if swallowing is not an option for you, whether it be texture, flavor, or just the whole thing in general just kind of grosses you out, you have options. You got your boobies, you got your booty, you got your belly, you got your chest, you have your face, anywhere but the hair, because I'm telling you right now, like the hair and the eyes, that is one hell of a time getting it out. Fear not, if you don't feel like swallowing, that's totally fine. If you feel like having it in your mouth and then spitting it on them and they're into that too, then do that. I mean, I'm just gonna say from experience and just from talking to a lot of my friends that are guys, a lot of them don't like the spit technique. So if you're kind of feeling a little bit self-conscious about the spit technique, then maybe placing it other places on your body is just a better option. And then it avoids your mouth just in general. So I'd say that's enough to build you a solid foundation. Now, if you want me to do another video on how to amplify the basic BJ, then drop down in the comments below. And ladies, I wanna hear what type of content you want to see, because there's not very many of you on this channel. So head to my Instagram and send me DMs or drop them in the comments below, because I need to know what y'all are looking for. And men, same thing. I'm very curious on what you guys want to know a little bit more about. Now, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on Thursday for another episode. Have a good evening, babies.